Welcome, performers, teachers, families, staff, and guests to our ISSEA Band and Choir Showcase concert. This afternoon's performance will feature solo, small ensemble performance submissions, as well as virtual large ensembles. Students have been preparing this music for many months and have shown a lot of commitment and dedication to their work. Reminder to please observe appropriate concert etiquette, even though this is a virtual performance. Remain attentive throughout the performances, and you're even encouraged to applaud and cheer after the performance. You may wish to type congratulations to the performer in the chat, visibly applaud, or use the on-screen reactions to show your appreciation.
We are going to begin by listening to 3 of the solo and small ensemble pieces. These recordings were submitted for adjudications several weeks ago. Adjudications are a valuable part of the ISSEA Festival as they provide students with the opportunity to receive in-depth feedback on their composition or performance from teachers they do not normally work with. The first 3 performances you will hear as follows. Lamine and Elijah performing Molten Ice, Salome and Zoe from ICS performing La Vie en Rose, and Naul from ICS, who sent in a fantastic performance of the complete Mendelssohn's Violin Concerto's 3rd movement, Allegro molto vivace, but for the sake of time, we will only be hearing an excerpt of his complete performance.
Hold me close and hold me fast. This magic spell you cast. This is La Vie en Rose. When you kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, I see La Vie en Rose. When you press me to your heart, I'm in a world apart, a world where roses bloom. And when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love song. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be La Vie en Rose. And when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love song. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be La Vie en Rose.
Hi, my name's Namal. This is the Mendelssohn Concerto Third Movement, Allegro molto vivace.
Thank you so much for your wonderful performances. We are now going to hear our first virtual large ensemble performance. The piece You Are My Refuge was composed by Michael John Trotta in early 2020. It was intended as an opportunity for choir students to come together in a new virtual way on lockdown in their homes. The aim was that it would bring hope and comfort to students as performances, festivals, and many other aspects of their daily lives were cancelled. We hope that you can share in some of that same hope and comfort today. For this performance, each student you will see on screen independently recorded their part in their homes or classrooms. Through the magic of digital editing, you are now able to hear all of these individual performances as one large ensemble. This is also the performers' first time hearing what they sound like as a full choir. Please enjoy the ISSEA virtual choir performing You Are My Refuge. I will now present the next solo and small ensemble pieces. Hans from AISJ will be presenting the Golden Jubilee. Samuel from ISK will be presenting Après un rêve. and Alex, Rosie, and Jerry from AISL will be presenting Someone You Loved.
Amazing job to you all. Now, American composer Carl Stroman is a well-known band conductor and composer, and we have chosen to perform this fun work inspired by folk melodies. Band students from all the ISSEA schools have sent in videos, and they have been stitched together to create this year's ISSEA virtual band performance of Cumberland Cross. We hope you enjoy it. Next, we would like to introduce the last small ensemble pieces. Ned, Samuel, Oscar, and Adit from ISK will be performing a piece from Attack on the Titans, and John from ISK and Bram from AISL, who are performing a cross-campus collaboration of Cass's theme.
Thank you so much for all the students who submitted adjudication videos, including those who weren't featured in our showcase this afternoon. Before our final piece, we would like to thank everyone for their participation in today's event. We sincerely hope that today and the work leading up to it has helped to spark your passion for music.
I hope that you've been enjoying watching and listening to the virtual ensemble pieces. Please join me in acknowledging the hours of editing by Jonathan Hewitt and Jervas Lushauju to put these videos together. The final piece that we will perform today is by our combined band and choir. One of the first songs written by Paul McCartney at age 14, When I'm 64, was later released by the Beatles on their Sgt. Pepper's album and has been enjoyed by many. Please enjoy our rendition of When I'm 64.
Hello, my name is Catherine Gillis, and I am one of the organizers of today's event. I trust that you've enjoyed our day of music making, and as you know, there are many people involved in planning and organizing this type of event. And so we would like to wrap up our afternoon with just a few thank yous. First of all, please thank our MCs, Dia Patel and Shiv Sri Kumar. We also have our IT department here at IST who have been working behind the scenes all day. Our activities director, Kai Reber, as well as our guest workshop and clinic leaders, which included Rita Sabiti, Oscar Mobwana, Tina Redman, Tim Baptiste, Helen Brooks, Tom Reed, as well as Stuart Burney from the Services for Education UK, who coordinated his team.
We also want to do a big thank you to all of the ISSEA teachers who've worked so hard to put this together. We would like to thank Gwen from ISK, Jonathan and Amy from ICS, Chell and Joanna from AISL, Megan and Alison from AISJ, and Nancy from AISM. Especially we want to say a big thank you and a goodbye to Nancy and Chell. Nancy's been in her third ISSEA this year, and Chell 7 out of the 8 ISSEA events that we've had. And so we want to thank especially both of them and thank them for their efforts and their contributions to our ISSEA family, and we wish them all of the best in their new adventures. Most importantly, we want to say a special thank you to all of the students who've been involved in today's event. We know that it hasn't been easy to stay motivated without the usual opportunities that you might have at school to play in bands and to sing in choirs together. We hope that today has inspired you to find some opportunities to make music as often and in as many ways as possible.
Finally, we would like to recognize that today's event could not have been possible without its masterminds, Miss Gillis and Mr. Hewitt. We thank you with all of our heart for finding a way to maintain our passion for music despite these troubling times. Thank you for making all of this possible. And on that note, we would like to wish everybody here a wonderful afternoon. Bye-bye.
Sorry, Div.
I'm sure that's a combination.
Good job to both of you.